It's what you all been waiting for, ain't it?
What's up, guys, and welcome to the channel. So tomorrow we are taking the 2018 GT for its very first track day at Talladega Grand Prix in Alabama. So real quick, since I'm driving, I can't take the truck tomorrow. I'd like to bring both cars, but I can't take the truck and trailer tomorrow, so I'm going to swap the stock wheels back on. Plus, I'd really like to be able to give a nice review on how the car does in stock form, so I'm not going to run on the track wheels tomorrow, just on the stock wheels. So just need to pull the R out of the garage and get this in there so we could swap the wheels over. Alright, so let's get these wheels off and put these wheels on. Alright, so we got the wheels swapped out. So we are all ready for tomorrow. Car's cleaned up, sorta. Doesn't really matter though, because we got a 4-hour drive. And we'll be leaving probably around 4 a.m. So I will see you guys in the morning. Alright, so we made it. Weather is shitty, but hopefully it clears up a little later. Alright, just finished up with the drivers meeting, so just waiting for them to tech all the cars in. Alright guys, so the first track day with the 2018 is in the books. Car performed exceptionally well, right up until the point where I somehow popped a hole in the radiator and it regurgitated its coolant all over the place. So now I gotta sit here and wait 4 hours until my girlfriend and cousin can come pick me up with my truck and trailer from Nashville. So yeah, fun times. Alright guys, so before we get into how the car performed out there on the track, I'm sure you guys would all like to know what broke on the car and why. When I first picked up the car originally, when we bought it, it did have a check engine light that came on actually on the way home. It turned out to be a faulty knock sensor. Wasn't a big deal. Brought it in, they replaced the knock sensor. Long story short, turns out that the technician that did the work left a hose clamp in the engine compartment, which on track became lodged in between the fan and the radiator, causing the hole. And that's all she wrote there. They're being as cool as you can expect about it. Of course, they're replacing it, and the car's at the dealer now getting the radiator done, so I should have it back by the end of the week. Now, so how'd the car perform out there? Honestly, I was really impressed with how it performed. The Magna Ride, I had a 15. Some of you might know I had a 15 performance pack car. The Magna Ride and the Michelin Pilot Sports definitely do make a difference. There's no doubt about it. I noticed in braking zones, the car just more stable when threshold braking. It's not as twitchy, and especially going over curbs on throttle. It just seems more planted than the 15 to 17 performance pack did. Actually, out of 40 cars, it was predominantly a Mustang, private Mustang track event. So it was predominantly Mustangs there. Out of the 40 Mustangs or so that were there, I actually did put down the fastest lap time, which I'll show you guys here, the lap times that, some of the faster cars posted. I was pretty impressed about that because there were some cars that, were on R compounds or, even Hoosier R7. So I was pretty surprised to actually put down the fastest time out there. If there was any glaring weakness out there, is I was able to pretty much completely cook the brakes in about 2 or 3 hot laps after a good warm-up lap. So, and that's on a track that's probably not very demanding on the brakes, or isn't very demanding on the brakes, I should say. So I definitely, for me, I think a good set of track pads and maybe even a fluid swap, possibly some cooling ducts for the front brakes. And I think a set of track wheels and tires, and you got yourself a pretty good track car. So how does it compare to the GT350 on track? Well, don't forget, guys, that we're going to have both cars, the GT350R and the 2018 at NCM on April 28th and 29th. So I'll have a video up shortly thereafter of both cars, same day, same track. We'll get some lap time comparisons, which will be pretty cool. But with that being said, as good as the 2018 GT does on track for a stock car on undersized street tires, it's definitely no match for the GT350, especially not the R. It just doesn't have the front end grip that the GT350 has. It's not as neutral because of the front end grip that the GT350 has, and it's way outmatched in the braking zones. So for all the people that were all butthurt about the GT350 getting beat at the drag strip by the 2018, stay tuned for next month when the 350R gets its revenge on track. Alright guys, we did hit 1,000 subscribers, so I'd like to thank everybody for following along and subscribing. We got a lot left planned for this season. 350R content, 2018 GT content. I still have to introduce the 03 Cobra to the channel, and of course when the GT500 becomes available, we are getting one for sure. So if you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button, and thank you for watching.
We drift deeper into the sun,